Lesson 12, Pinocchio. Once upon a time, there was a carpenter named Master Cherry. He was so called because the tip of his nose was so round and red and shiny that it looked like a ripe cherry. One day, he found a strange piece of wood. He decided to use it to make the leg of a table. As he began to chip it, the piece of wood moaned. Master Cherry was frightened. He decided to get rid of the piece of wood. So, he gave it to his friend called Geppetto. Geppetto wanted to make a puppet. Geppetto took the lump of wood home. He looked at the piece of wood and said,
"I'll call him Pinocchio."
Geppetto began to carve the wood. Suddenly, a voice squealed.
Oh, that hurts.
Geppetto was surprised. The piece of wood was alive. He grew excited. He carved out a head, hair, and eyes on the wood. But the moment he carved out the nose, it grew longer and longer. Geppetto cut it down to size, but it just stayed a long nose. And as soon as he carved out a mouth, the puppet stuck out his tongue at him. And when he shaved the hands, the puppet took away the old man's wig. And when he shaved the puppet's legs, it kicked Geppetto. Geppetto was moved to tears because of the pain. He scolded the puppet.
"You are a naughty boy, Pinocchio. You have no respect for your father."
So saying, he picked up the puppet and taught him how to walk. The moment Pinocchio learned to walk, he began to run about the room. Geppetto ran after him. Then Pinocchio opened the door and dashed into the street.
"Stop him! Stop him!"
Poor Geppetto cried as he ran behind him. A policeman caught Pinocchio and handed him over to his father.
"I'll box your ears,"
said Geppetto, and he realized that he hadn't carved the ears. Pinocchio was frightened at the sight of the policeman. He said,
Father, please forgive me. I promise to behave.
and Geppetto forgave his son. When they reached home, Geppetto made a suit out of flowered paper, a pair of bark shoes, and a soft bread hat for Pinocchio. Pinocchio said,
Father, I'd like to go to school. I want to become clever and help when you are old.
Geppetto was touched by these kind words. He said,
"I will be back in a moment."
and putting on his old tweed coat, he went out, and soon he returned with a book. It was snowing outside and Geppetto wasn't wearing his coat.
Where's your coat, Father?
"I sold it, son."
Why did you sell it? It kept me too warm.
Pinocchio threw his arms around Geppetto's neck and kissed the kindly old man. From The Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. Abridged.